Well, good morning. This is Pastor Michael Brown with Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, coming to you with another segment of Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. This morning, my guest is Elizabeth Gibson. Elizabeth is an employee here at the Gospel Mission. You know that during some of these times, I want you to meet some of our staff. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Now, Elizabeth, you've been with the Gospel Mission for how long now?
Almost 2 years.
2 years,
Yep.
but in that time, you served in a number of different capacities.
I have. I started in 2017 as the Women's Shelter Case Manager, and then transferred into Lead Supervisor of Women's Shelter, and then recently took the position as the Health Clinic Administrator.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going really well.
Is it challenging, you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Now, most people, when they think of the Gospel Mission, they think about people who stay here, they think of the shelter.
Right.
And if they stretch their imaginations, they can think about the meals that we serve. And but health clinic, you know, a lot of people wouldn't think about that. So tell me a little bit about, what does the health clinic do? What kind of services do we have there?
We do anything medically, dental, mental health, vision related. So basically anything that a health clinic would function as. I provide referrals, resources, make appointments, and just basically connect everybody so that we can take care of their health.
Okay. Some people, you know, that stay with us, they find it challenging to make some of those connections, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
And so I know I see a lot of people who are looking for your office that need that kind of direction. So how many people do you think you see in the course of a day?
Probably about 10 to 15, sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending on the need.
Now, certainly in the amount of space that you have allotted there, there's a lot of things that you can't do right on site. So who are some of the partners in the community that we partner with?
We partner with RX Optical, Heemstra Optical, DHS, VA, YWCA, CMH, Bronson Trauma Services, Family Health Center and their Substance Recovery Program, Urban Zone, and every now and then HRI, the Housing Resource.
So now I noticed you mentioned some optical, and so what kind of, tell me a little bit about the services people could get by coming in and talking to you.
I am a navigator for my bridges, so I can apply for their insurance, for their Medicaid and Medicare. After we do that process, then we can get them scheduled for an eye exam. With the partnerships that we have with both RX and Heemstra, we have been allotted a certain number each year that will cover everything, just in case we cannot get insurance for the individual.
Oh, okay. So now I know that those allotments, you know, they're kind of like that's really important that we have those. But do the people that we serve and work with, are they only people that stay here at the Gospel Mission?
Absolutely not. The health clinic serves the entire community.
Okay, so anybody can come in and talk to you about that. So now, do you see a lot of people that are staying here, or do you see more people from out in the community?
I think it's a good balance.
It is?
It is. It's a good balance. It's a good opportunity to make that connection with our community folks that are coming in. A lot of times they have been living in cars or kind of just out on the street, so it's a good opportunity to present a good, safe place for them to stay. So I think it just works out.
Now I know that we can't do everything here, so we go out. What are some of the events that we participate in throughout the year?
Every Wednesday we have a community resource hour from 11 a.m. to 1.
And that's here?
That's here on location. It's located in the men's shelter, the Good Samaritan area. We have various organizations that come up and get our folks signed up for services. So that's every Wednesday. Throughout the year, we'll have immunization clinics and they can test for Hep C and Hep B, and then provide immunizations for our community. Family Health Center, their mobile unit, which is a mobile independent doctor's office, is coming onto site. And they are here the first Thursday of every month. We are working on bringing on their dental clinic as well. So we bring the services to our folks. Going into the future, we have Project Connect in October. We We'll be partnering with Family Health Center for a back to school event in August, and just getting all of the resources kind of just pooled into one area so we can help the community.
Wow. So what would help if someone's listening to this program right now and they said, well, I didn't know that KGM had a health clinic. What are some of the things that people out in the community could do to support the health clinic?
Donations of like vitamins. There's a big, strong passion for vitamins, which is great. Anything that is proactive prevention, I think, for our people, just to get them on that good health. Volunteers are always needed.
Right.
As we move forward with the vision of the health clinic, we eventually would love to start getting volunteer doctors and nurses in here to perform some of these services right on campus. Anything health related, fitness related, just so we can just accompany and take care of the whole person.
Okay. Now, I know we had something like that going on a number of years ago, and we suspended it in lieu of another organization that was trying to get that started. So if you're listening to this broadcast and you're a doctor or nurse and you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, we need to start building that network now so that when we're ready to pull the trigger on that, we've got some excited volunteers that are ready to go ahead and pull it off. I know a lot of times we have people who stay here, and because of the lifestyle, because so many, abuses and different things like that, blood pressures and,
Yes,
and those
absolutely.
kind of things. What are some of the other things?
Diabetes. Sometimes with drug use, there's wound care that needs to happen if things have been, if abscesses, any type of sexual assault, domestic violence. We have Bronson Trauma Services are going to be coming on to campus this next month to hold classes regarding what to do about dating violence, sexual assault, and even give information about how to be aware of the human trafficking.
Right.
Opioid recovery. Just see, there's a lot. So there's the mental health, there's the physical health, and we just want to make sure that we're taking care of everything.
Okay. Yeah. So give me one story that stands out in your mind of someone who came, and when they left, you thought, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting her on the spot. I'm telling you right now, I didn't ask her this, but it's one of those situations where once they left, you thought, man, I'm so glad we're here.
All right, I've got a story.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I got it.
I figured you would.
When I first opened, it was kind of towards the end of the day, and I was just wrapping up paperwork, and a gentleman came in, and he was frantic and he was visibly upset. He was a member of the community. He expressed that he sort of was at his end. He didn't know what to do or who to turn to. I believe that he said he looked us up and he found us just online. So he came in and we talked, and he was just in a really low and dark place. He was gay. He had had a fight with his boyfriend. He was feeling desperate and anxious, and just didn't know what to do. It was just a wonderful time because I was able to speak with him and draw some peace. To find him some resources for counseling. We talked about mental health. His partner had been physically violent with him, and he needed those resources as well. We were able to plug him in and I got him an appointment right away at the Family Health Center for an evaluation.
Right.
I was able to pray for him. I was able to, we looked up some churches as a resource as well.
Good.
And that it was just, he just hugged me at the end, and that's I'm like, this is why we're here. This is why we're here.
Yeah, and I know the reason I ask people that question unrehearsed is because I know the nature of what we do here at Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, and I know everybody that I know has those stories. In whatever department we're talking about, everybody that I know has those stories where because what happens is sometimes you might get caught up in the routine of what you do and the busyness of what you do, and then you got the stresses of your own personal life. I know that God every now and then will cause something to happen to remind you why you're here. And it's those kind of stories where you have that kind of impact in the lives of other people that reminds all of us this is why we do what we do. And it's interesting, I think that I love the fact that God gives us the opportunity to show people we love them.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes if you listen to some of the conversation in the community, you'll hear that we don't love certain people, and so God gives us that opportunity to show them that, aside from all the rhetoric, yes, we do.
Absolutely.
We love people, and this is what that looks like. And so I'm really glad to hear that, glad, that happened and that you were able to be there for him. Now, so do you refer people routinely to some of these others? Do we get referrals from other places?
A handful if folks are needing shelter, food. Again, I have a lot of resources and access to a lot of people that, members of the community, they need help with their rent. Even though I am the health clinic, I can find the people that they need to talk to.
That they need to talk to.
So emergency daycare, groceries. Yeah. Just kind of really walk alongside them and get them to the people that they need to talk to.
So ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to this broadcast and you have resources that will help support the ministry of the clinic here at Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, or someone who might need those services. You can give a call down to 345-2974, and Elizabeth's extension is 210, and ask for Elizabeth Gibson, or if you know somebody needs those services, direct them there. You may just want to send a financial donation. You can send that to 448 North Burdick Street, Kalamazoo 49007, and that's Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries. And we'd be more than happy to partner with you to help take care of the people in this community that need the help the most. If you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, we're always looking for quality volunteers to come down and help throw their arms around the people that we serve, and just help take care of the folks. One of the things I appreciate about you, Elizabeth, is I don't always just see you wrapped up in your office, but I also see you out, developing relationships with the people that we serve and that are eating here, and that. How important is that to you?
I think it's critical. It's super important. You have to develop a relationship because that develops a trust.
Right.
Health-related, medically related things, even dental and vision, those can be very private and very personal. Mm-hmm. So with a relationship and a trust established, then they can come down and see me. They know that medical things will be kept confidential. Mm-hmm. And they know that, I don't know, it's a caring. It's a friendship at this point. So, and it just makes them much more comfortable and at ease to kind of just, lay it all out there so I can help them.
Well, that's the whole thing. I think God demonstrates that how important relationships are, because He wants a relationship with us.
Absolutely.
And that tells us how important it is to have relationships in the community. Do you ever see a time when you think that those offices behind where your office is, we've got a couple of rooms back there, where we could use those to expand the health clinic on the site? You do?
Yes, we have been in contact. There is an endocrinologist that has reached out to offer his services as well. He has established many successful free health clinics throughout Texas, and here we have an exam room that would be just perfect. So at this point, moving forward, within maybe the next year or so, we would like to get providers on site, so the folks can see it, because a lot of times they are nervous. Maybe they don't have the wording to even just get themselves registered. They don't know how to walk around the medical field, and so it's really nice for them just to be able to come down here. They know me, and we can get them situated.
Well, I know too, a lot of people will say, well, how come they don't just walk over to here or walk over to that place? And when you think about it, you look at the makeup of the population we serve here, I know some of these young ladies, they have 5 and 6
Yes.
kids, and you're trying to get, even 8 blocks,
Correct.
with 5, 6, 7 kids, Dad took off, and left mom with them, and you really need the service, but it's a challenge to get through all of that. And so we're trying to help them to overcome some of those obstacles that a lot of people don't think about, And I also don't want to give the impression that all of the dads have taken off, because we've got a couple of dads that have come through here that have 4 and 5 kids themselves, and they are great dads. We've got a young man staying here now that's got 4 kids, and every time you see him, he's got his kids with him. And I tell you what, I think it's commendable, because so many men are taking off, and shirking their responsibility. So I love to see those guys and those young ladies that are stepping up. And we want to do everything that we can here to, as I said, remove those obstacles so that they can go ahead and achieve, wholeness and a sense of self-worth within the community and get their own place and just move on out. What kind of things, and tell me some other things that you might need. You mentioned vitamins, but what are some of the other needs that you have? And let me say while it's on it, because I know this one. Mouthwash with no alcohol in it. Okay, so
always really appreciated.
What are some of the other things?
Any type of medical supplies, vitamins, over the counter. I can dispense over the counter medications, just basic stuff.
Low dose aspirin.
Low dose aspirin.
Yeah.
Antacids, triple antibiotic, ointment, just kind of the basic. It's like the allergy medicine right now. We're really heavy into allergy season. Cough medicine, just as long as it doesn't contain alcohol. You know what? I'm welcome to. I will receive everything.
Yeah. So did you? So now we talked about it. We talked a little bit about events. Do we have any blood drives? Do we do blood drives here?
Yes, we do. We have a blood drive coming up on July 29th.
Okay. And who's that with? Who do we partner
American
with?
Red Cross.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's a couple of different agencies that do blood drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't one Michigan Blue or something? It's a Michigan place, but I mean, not necessarily here. I know we do Red Cross, but there's another one I think that does blood drives as well. So, but we do the Red Cross, and that's coming up when?
They will be coming on July 29th.
Okay.
So we'll be starting to put our marketing and our advertising for that out. So we need donors.
Okay.
I believe it is type O positive that Kalamazoo is running. They're short. They need it. They need that blood type desperately. We will be set up in the main shelters in the Men Good Samaritan, and so we're just going to make a big event out of it.
Type O. So you don't have to wait for our event. I mean, if Kalamazoo's running short, you can call the American Red Cross and find out where you can give today. You'll probably be able to give a couple times between now and July 29th.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so, but yeah, try to get in and help support that effort. We've got a lot of things going on down here at Kalamazoo Gospel Mission right now. If you haven't been down here, take a ride by and take a look at our new single point of entry that is going up. That's coming to a close sometime in the middle of July. We should be done with that, but we're really excited about that. And keep your ear to the ground, because we're going to be talking about that new larger project, the Women and Children's Shelter. It's finally going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and so that's going to happen late the end of this year. And so you want to stay informed about that. And another thing, I need you, if you appreciate what we do here at Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, I'm going to ask you to be an ambassador for us, okay, amongst your church or whatever your circle of influence is in the community. Talk to people that you know and try to get them plugged in down here. We need quality volunteers, whether it be in the store or in any of the ministries that we have here at the Gospel Mission in our kitchen. But we need your help. Volunteers are a vital part of what we do here at the Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries. And so we need you. I feel like Uncle Sam used to say, we need you, and so we need you. We need your help. So do you have a lot of churches that are plugged into the health center, or just you see the individuals coming, but not necessarily the church offices getting a hold of you about partnerships?
There's been a couple times.
Okay.
But then as we start partnering and just really kind of getting out in the community, that is the goal, the vision that I have for the health clinic, is just partnering with the organizations. Kalamazoo is just a wealth of help, services, and referrals. But oftentimes we're working so independently.
Right.
But if we could sort of get one main area, bring them here, bring them onto site, that's my vision and goal, then we can serve the community, we can serve our guests. Yes, we would love to have churches involved as well.
Yeah, well, I know sometimes churches have like a nurses auxiliary. And in order to develop relationship among that auxiliary outside of the church, it wouldn't be something if you just picked a day and a time and talked to Elizabeth and see if you couldn't just come in and do blood pressures or some of that other kind of thing, just to check to monitor people's general health. And it helps with the cohesiveness of your group, and it helps the community as well. And so if that's something you're thinking that you might want to be involved in, give Elizabeth a call, 345-2974 extension 210. And so, you can give a call. I think that'd be a great thing for some of the churches in our community to do. So we're just about coming to the end of this segment of Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. My guest, Elizabeth Gibson, today here at the Kalamazoo Gospel Missions Health Clinic. And she's located at the back of the fire station auxiliary office at 526 North Burdick Street. Around her entrance is off of the parking lot. So if you want to talk to Elizabeth, you want to come down, you need help, or you know someone that does, you can either come down or you can call at 345-2974 extension 201. 210. I should have let her do it. I knew I was going to mess it up. So as always, I'd like to pray for Elizabeth and pray for our community before we close this segment. Won't you pray with us? So, Father, right now, I just thank and praise you, God, for Elizabeth, the fact, God, that you have seen fit to connect her here at the Kalamazoo Gospel Mission, the wonderful work that she's doing in our health clinic, God, just the care and the love that she's showing to the people as they come. I pray your continued blessing upon her, God. I pray that you protect her, God. And I pray that you connect her as she works in that place, God. I pray that you give her wisdom and understanding, Father, for every particular person that comes in. Father, give her a knowing that causes her to be able to speak directly to their situation and help ease their fears, God, and calm them down so that she can make that connection, God, that helps them. I pray for this community, God, that they will continue to support your kingdom work here at Kalamazoo Gospel Missions and the Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries here in downtown Kalamazoo. God, we thank you for it. We believe you for it. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week, same time, for Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. God bless.